I got it.
There you
Hello.
go. Hello,
Good
welcome.
to see you.
Good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
How do you have the same face after all these years?
Lots of good naps.
There-
I prioritize my nap time. Absolutely.
As you should.
Yes. Well, welcome to Restorative Escapes. Before we get started, I want to do a quick breath just to get us ready for the moment, and I'm looking forward to hearing your story.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Okay, so just take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. For all of our listeners, you are here and that is enough. So let's meet Sheley. My first question for you is tell us about your name, who named you, and what is the meaning of your name?
Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
Um, it's so my mom and my grandmother, they waited until I was born before they came up with the name. And they looked at my face and they said, "She looks like," and they're playing around with these names. And together they came up with, it's Sheley. My
Mm.
name is Sheley. She looks like a Sheley. She looks like a, and they kept playing it until they got it right, which is crazy to me because I'm a mother of three. And I started picking out names when I was like in middle school, right? Like I knew,
Mhm.
ooh, I want to have three kids and I'm going to name them. And I think about my mom and my dad, and they let my grandmother be a part of this journey, right? I was like, you guys had 40 weeks. You couldn't think of a name, right? And the fact that they wanted it to be intentional with a, this is what it feels like. This is what we believe her name should be, right? And they worked it with me. They had to see me first and look me in my eyes before they came out with the name of what I would be. And then they created one, right? I get called everything but Sheley. And so it was amazing that that was the approach they took.
I love that. So Sheely. Okay, I'm going to say it correctly from here on out. They said she's a she, and she looks like she's going to walk with power with that. So Sheely. I love that.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yep.
So what part of your journey are you going to share with us today?
We're at the top of the year. Let's do embracing the
Mm,
transformation,
Gracie. Okay.
embracing it. That's the part of the journey. Yep. Because
Okay.
there's so much transformation that's happening right now.
hmm Yes, there is. And
Mm-hmm.
what part of your what is one lesson or truth that you hold on to from this journey? So go ahead and tell your story and think about that.
Let me step into it. I'm 51 years old now. And
Mhm.
I think in this stage of my life, right? Like I'm not trying to, ooh, let me go and make a name for myself and let me just, hustle real hard for that survival job. And I'm looking for any opportunity so I can show and prove myself. I'm not at that phase anymore. That was in my 20s, 30s, right? By my 40s, I was like, okay, yes, I know what I'm doing. I know what my purpose is. I know what my passions are. I know what I like and what I don't like, right? Um, and so then at 50, 51, I'm learning to, okay, this is where life is taking me. But every once in a while, the rug feels like it's going to be pulled out from under you, or things didn't go the way they've been going for the last 10 years, right? Like something unexpected happens. And so in this transformation, I'm learning to, in 51, I'm learning to kind of just rock with it. You know, the I'm told that the ancestors on the slave ships, right? That's the waves was moving, then going all of this, like you could hear and imagine just the sister mothers, just learning how to move with the ship and learning to embrace all of those horrible, scary things, learning to embrace that and rock with it, right? I'm learning how to I'm learning how to rock with it in
Yeah.
my transformation. That's where I am. I'm embracing it. It
Yeah.
doesn't scare me anymore. I know where I'm at, I know where I'm going. And so anything that kind of stands in the way of that, I'm learning to embrace it and move with it instead of freaking out like, ah, right? All
Yeah.
right, here's what it is. Okay, this is where we're at. I can rock with it. This is how I overcome that, right? Or this is the lessons I'm learning in this, embracing the transformation.
So is there anything that you've experienced after entering your 50s that surprised you?
Everything. Yeah, everything. Um, what is one? I mean, my body is changing. Can we talk about that on the
Mhm.
podcast? Like,
Yeah.
I am perimenopausal. Is that what they're talking about? Like everything at 51 is changing. Motherhood is changing right now for me. My kids are adults. And
Mhm.
so I'm learning how to, I call it hovering. Um, I can't fix everything for my kids anymore. I have to be there and watch them make the mistakes and be really close so I can whisper in their ear and be like, okay, what are you going to do now? Okay, right? And guide them. So everything has changed at 51. Career has changed. I'm no longer looking at, for the next 10 years, what type of cases. I'm an attorney of 20 plus years. I'm no longer looking at what kind of cases I want. I'm now looking at, I plan on getting out the game in the next 10 years. And so, what's the lifestyle that I plan on making? So, 51 is like everything love. I'm no longer looking at, oh, well, this could be something that, oh, it's fun and the butterflies. Now I'm looking at, okay, where could this really go? And if it's not where we're both headed, if it's not aligned, I know how to see that much faster, right? All of that.
And what motivates you? What's different about your 50s and what now motivates you?
I wake up smiling,
Mm.
right? I've learned how to find happiness and not let it just stumble across my path.
Yeah.
I think now at this place in my journey, I know what makes me happy and I know how to go and get it. I know how to find it in the smallest of things and how to just stay in that moment. I love that you opened up this whole segment with just breathing in together, right? Happiness, right? How can I be aligned and in tune with my sister? Finding just those things that someone shares that saying, right? You find happiness in every single detail. I had to learn how to do that because as an attorney, I was like, oh my goodness, this ain't going right. And opposing counsel said this, and the judge ruled that, and everything was just, ah. And it took me a moment to be like, where am I right now? What would make me happy? What do I need to do to get right there to that place, that happy place, and find it in every single point, right? Big and small.
Yeah. And what's a lesson that came out of that that you could share?
I've gone through enough storms
Mm.
to be able to, what do you call that? There's value in the valley, right? Those low points where it brings you down to your knees and all you got to do is just look up, right? Finding the value in those quiet moments, right? One of the lessons, the jewels that I learned in the valley is ah being able to find the lesson so I don't have to keep repeating cycles,
Mm.
right? Um, being able to know when a storm comes, to be able to kind of like, okay, what's the lesson in this? Where, talk to me here. What are we learning? What are we doing here? Especially when it's really, really, really hard. Show me the lesson in this because I don't want to keep going through this type of stuff, right? Show me the lesson so I can get past it and then I can go through my next storm, right? I'd say that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned on my journey right now, right? Learning to ask, what am I supposed to be learning? All right, God, ancestors, you're teaching me something right here. Help me get through this lesson really quick because it sucks right here, right? That's what I've learned, how to do that. And when you ask, you always find, it's amazing. You always are given the solutions, the answers. This is what you're supposed to, without fail. I'm not saying that it's always going to be easy to act on them, but you will never be left without a, I don't know where to go, right? I don't know if it's that internal God-like essence of us that we possess, but when we seek those and we're looking for those answers, they will reveal themselves either through other people, things, or just lessons of doing it wrong, right? But they will always come. And so there's always lessons in there.
And so what has kept you grounded? What does healing look like for you today?
Ooh. Um, what has kept me grounded? I think I am learning, okay, I am learning to be better at forgiving.
Mm. Mm.
And that is kind of what's keeping me grounded right now, right? I struggled with that throughout my life, right? And so disappointments, oh, this person, oh, she should have never. Oh, if he loved me, he would not have. Or if this was really my way, I mean, I would just, and for everything, God, right? Oh, God, you said you would never forsake me. It feels like you're forsaking me, right? All of that whole type of stuff, but learning how to forgive and not be angry, to let it all of that go of what should have happened and why didn't it occur and it was grounding in that place of forgiveness, being able to heal through my disappointments or lost expectations, all of that. It put me in a place where I could be like, okay, what now? This is what it is. What are you going to do with that? And how do you release that? Right? Because it was getting stuck. So for me, that's kind of where I'm at now in grounding. I'm learning to do that better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the last conversation I had with Alice, she talked about her grief journey and how she got stuck and she had to find someone to help her get unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Yeah.
that forgiving yourself for not having all the answers right away,
Yep.
being
Yep.
patient. That's definitely a big lesson, especially when your children get older. I have a 23-year-old now. And I
Oh.
know, and a 15-year-old.
Oh.
I
Yes.
can't believe it. And he's so handsome and big, strong guy, training to be a firefighter, EMT. And I just, he knows the path he wants to take. And my job is just to support him.
Yep.
And you want to be there for every moment as a parent. And I had to get used to the fact that he's all the way in Florida, and I'm all the way here. And I saw them at Christmas, and it was just so much love and joy. And I just felt like, oh yeah, your room's messy. Okay, you'll handle that.
You're gonna figure it out.
He does his
Absolutely.
shower thing and his cologne thing, gets dressed, and it's just like, okay, my role has changed in this moment with him, especially because I just have to let him be the
Transformation.
man he wants to be. Yeah, and his
Yep.
grandfather tried to, introduce him to a couple of people, and he was like, I handle my own dating life. I got this. You don't have to do this for me. I'm my own man. And so I have to forgive myself when I have those moments where I'm just doing too much mothering. And it's
Yeah.
time for me to just step back and let him be a young man
Yeah.
and mother from that second position now. Like he's in charge of his
Mm-hmm.
own life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
takes
It's
time.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun, right? That's one of those transformations because mothering, it don't matter how old they get, right? They still need their mamas, right? And
Right.
so it's learning how to do it in a different way, do it in this phase, right? The conversations that get deeper and the wisdom, you can make your own mistakes, don't make the same mistakes I just made,
Yeah.
right? Let's be in communication so that then you don't have to repeat the same stuff that I did. If I can get you 2 feet faster in this race, wow, imagine you're going to soar, right? those types of, it's fun.
Yeah. And I love that you brought that up because, you said you're in your 50s now and things have changed. What motivates you has changed. And you're learning to forgive better. Do you see your children doing the same things you did when you were 20 or having the same mindset? And how do you handle that?
Yes and no. I've got, two boys and a girl. 32, 29, and she just turned 24, my daughter. Two of the three want to be an attorney, right? And so you see these, bubbles propping up. All three of them are in the NAACP. They have a commitment to serving the Black community. So you see these things where I'm like, that's your mama. I did that. But they're so different at the same time, right? And their learning styles of life are different, each of them. I wish there were more similarities, but all three of them are so unique. And so being able to learn what works for them, right? There's one child that you don't even have to show them. My daughter, she will just be like, oh, okay, that's what the game is. Okay, I don't need to see it for myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this direction, right?
Yeah.
There's another person that you can tell them, oh, that stove is hot, don't touch it. My male child is going to touch it. He needs to see it for himself, right? He may not get burned bad because he'll listen, but he's going to touch it, right? And so it's learning for each child how they make mistakes, how to help them find their way through it, right? That's the fun of parenting, though.
Yeah, and we all
Yeah.
have our own way of doing things. You know that I'm a Panther Cub, but my way is, restorative practices and healing practices. And you being so involved in the NAACP, what were your thoughts after the Renee Good incident? Like, how did you decompress from that?
I think mothers everywhere, spouses everywhere. We looked at Miss Good's wife and how she was like, she had a lot of life to live, right? Her children will never be able to have their mother. I think in the Black community, as a Black mom, I was able to connect in that we've been saying for so long, we need to do something with, I don't care if it's federal law enforcement, your state trooper, your county sheriff, or your local police department. We got to figure out this, get a handle on this excessive force. We've got to get a handle on the immunity when they're questioned. Did you do everything possible before taking a life? Right? Those conversations, as a Black mom, we've been having that forever. Right. And so my heart went out to the family when they too were impacted. But a lot of us were saying, join this conversation. We've been trying to have it for a really long time. Welcome to the team. We hope that you'll be able to get them to listen, because they've been killing our children and killing our husbands and killing our wife, for a really long time now. And we haven't been able to get the answers to those really important questions. Did you do everything necessary? If they didn't do everything, can you prosecute the officers? Is there a way that we can get less of them? Right? Because they're still cranking out ICE agents. Is there a way that we can get less of them coming to our cities and our towns until we can answer that question of, do you have a handle on this? Right? That's been a conversation that's been going through it's been going on forever. And so now there's more people asking those same questions. So hopefully now, if they got the right people asking, maybe we'll start getting answers.
Yeah, absolutely. And my thoughts initially when it happened was just like, we don't have human rights in the way that we think we do. Like, we're not covered by the Human Rights Act. So we rely on our Constitution. We rely on our civil rights. That's all we have to
Yeah.
protect our life in a situation like that. So
Yeah.
it's important for people to know that and to fight for those rights and say, aren't ICE agents, bound by federal law to protect our constitutional and civil rights?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's a sense of belonging, I feel like, has been bubbling,
Yes.
with other communities have been hurting the way we traditionally have heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to embrace that and say, yeah, come in, just like you
Yeah.
said, join us. We've been saying this forever. But
Yeah.
what do you say to the people who have the other side of the argument and are like, well, you didn't help us, so I'm not helping you? What can you say to them, teach them something?
I don't, yeah, I don't know if, I guess maybe I can't imagine anyone not being able to see the dots connecting, right? Even if it's a light bulb, aha, I didn't get it when you guys were saying Black Lives Matter, but darn it, something's not right, right? I can see. Honey, I don't care if you didn't see it yesterday. If you see it now, that we can do something together, right? We can get together and we can take a breath in, we can inhale and exhale together, and now we can plan what are we going to do about this law excessive force situation,
Mhm.
right? So but maybe that's my activist side coming out, because I'm like, when the opportunity presents itself to combine, we are way more powerful when you got a whole bunch of people, when you got a movement walking in the same direction.
Yeah.
I see this as a beautiful opportunity for us to come on one accord.
Yeah. And I see that also as tying into what you were saying about just maturing as a woman and learning how to forgive. I think that's a big part of it. Is like, yeah, they didn't get it before. And maybe we didn't have the support, especially as women, right?
Yeah.
Black and brown
Mhm.
women. We haven't had the support that we've been looking for, but can we forgive in real time so that
Yeah.
we can move forward?
Yeah,
But,
we're not going to pass up the opportunity. I mean, I know they say you shouldn't say "I told you so," but you gonna get me saying "I told you so." We've been trying to tell you that's going to come, but I also believe that you'll see the communities that have been impacted by law enforcement. I think you will see everybody welcoming more support. That something's got to change. That we can't just allow lawlessness to go unchecked and unquestioned, and that whole accountability escaping. Right?
yeah. And
Yeah.
we've seen marches. We've seen, especially here in Seattle, we've seen the
Mhm.
protests, we've seen the marches. We did our breathing exercise coming in. Is there something that you can share, a grounding practice or something that keeps you level-headed?
Um, I I pray.
Mm, yeah.
I pray over everything. Um, Everything. Anytime I walk into a courtroom, before the prosecutor enters the courtroom, I'm the only one there that's sitting there, and hey, I'm praying. I pray so answers can come. I pray so that then I can slow my thoughts, down, and I can be present enough so I can receive everything that's happening, because everything moves so fast for me. Um, yeah, that's my grounding, is
Prayer.
praying.
It's a beautiful practice to
Mhm.
pray. And it's similar to meditating.
Yep.
For people who don't know how to pray, don't think they know how to pray, you can always meditate,
Yep.
and sit in that silence and just try to listen to your body
That's
and
it.
what tightens when you try to pray. Sometimes if things are going crazy in the world or in your life and you haven't slowed down enough, when you try to pray, your mind won't be quiet.
Yes.
Right? And you have
Exactly.
to train yourself to either pray out loud and just let it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful, or to
Mm-hmm.
pray in silence and just sit with it and
Yeah,
listen to what your body's telling you.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I say prayer, and sometimes it is just sitting, it's listening, right? And the faith, Christian faith, they say, be still, right? And let the answers come, and just all of that. Sometimes you just stop what you're doing, just sit, shut up.
Yeah, that's right.
There
That's right. If you ask the question, wait for the answer,
you
right?
go. Right. Yeah.
And what would
That's
you,
my grounding.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Prayer is powerful. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time. And I'm one of those people who has a loud mind. So sometimes I go into the mirror and I sing my
Mm.
prayers out loud and I
Okay.
just get it all out. And then I'll sit in silence. And by
Okay.
then, whatever's been going on in my mind, I've let it out. And then I
Okay.
can sit and I can just listen to my body and listen for that answer.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like the mirror thing. I haven't tried that. I like the mirror thing because it'll help me focus,
Hmm.
right? because it's crazy. It's just all at once and different directions,
Yeah.
and so the idea of being able to, I'm gonna try it, watch, and I'll
Uh-huh.
text you and I'll let you know. That focus, being able to see right there and talk right there. I love that.
Yes.
Yes.
What would you say to someone who's listening and may need some encouragement? They might be struggling with their ability to forgive or struggling with their ability to see the other side and
Ooh,
some of the things you've talked about today.
keep going.
Keep
Keep
going.
going. Keep going. Um, when you're in it, when you're in the thick of it and it's dark, or you're doing the math and you can't see how it's adding up,
Yeah.
right? Something caught you right by surprise and it was so off plan that you don't know which direction to move to carry forward because you couldn't anticipate it. You couldn't expect it. There was nothing that would hold you because you didn't see it coming in any type of way, right? Those situations, keep going,
Keep
keep
going.
going. Um, the answers will come. Learn how to breathe through it. Even if you've got to take it hour by hour, sometimes the pain or the anxiety can just be so much. And you can just say, I don't know how I'm going to get through this next day. So let me take it to this hour. And I'm going to breathe in anything that comes right here. I'm going to be okay, but I'm going to keep going. Right. And trusting and believing that those answers that you need will always come. Right. You just got to stay. That's what I would do. Keep going.
Mm.
Right. Don't give up when you have those moments where you're feeling defeated, right? Um, lean into it. It can be hard, but we can do hard,
Yeah.
you know. Keep going. That's what I would tell. That's what I would tell somebody else. That's what I would tell a listener. Um, keep going.
That's powerful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love that. It reminds me of the meme of the guy, the miner, and he's going hard, hard, and right there is the gold, and he just turns around and walks away. And it's like
Mm.
if you had just kept going, you were right there.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Wonderful. And that's
Yeah.
it. That's it for our short conversation. It's a powerful and healing conversation. I think I know you a little bit better, which is nice. And is there anyone that has inspired you that you think I should reach out to and listen to their story?
Ooh, locally?
Yeah.
Yes. Um, hmm. There's a lot of I am captivated by Black women leading right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you can find Andrea Capane Saunders. She
Okay.
used to be the executive director of Bird Bar, and she is now, I think she's traveling. She goes to Africa a lot,
Okay.
and she's doing this whole this is me discovering herself
Oh, I love that.
now in her career. Yeah, she would be good. She would be a fun person to tap into it.
Okay. And if you
Yep.
have her info, send it to me and I will reach out to her and get her
Okay.
on this podcast.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, wonderful. So just as we came in, we're going to leave the same way. We're just going to take a quick breathing pause and breathe in with your nose.
Okay.
Hold it 4 seconds and then let it out in your mouth. I'm going to do that one more time.
Yes.
Oops. Do I still
Yeah, I'm
have you?
here. I'm here. I'm
Okay. My
breathing.
screen changed and I was like, hold on, we're not done yet. Okay, let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Keeps telling me you guys are almost over time. No, we did it perfectly. So we'll breathe in with our nose.
Okay, I'm ready.
For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hold it. And a strong breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wonderful conversation. Thank you for sitting with us today and being vulnerable. I appreciate that.
I
It's
love you. It's good to see you.
good to see you
Really.
too. Yes. Until next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.